So, we're going to be asking you a series of questions. There will be one scenario-based question in there as well, and at the end, the last 5 minutes, I'll give you time for a tech-based question, and we have a laptop here so you can use it.
Okay.
We will be typing on our laptop, so please don't mind us.
Okay.
Just going to take some notes, and other than that, yeah, let's get started.
Okay, sounds good.
So, first question, tell me what you were doing before Europe, how you heard about the program, and essentially why you decided to join.
So before Europe, I was working at Google Shopping Express through a temp agency called Adecco, and it was logistics. So what I did was I was a personal shopper, so it had a phone and the operating system app. So basically, orders would pop up. I go into the store, and I pick out the items, pack it, and get it shipped out to the person within the same day. And I did that for about 2 years because the contract was only 2 years, a 2-year contract. And luckily, they actually gave me extra 4 months. I'm not sure why, but they gave me extra 4 months extended. So by then, before the job was up, I was looking for jobs. And it led me to Europe because I was constantly on Indeed trying to find something that I can do right after Google Shopping Express. And Indeed kept just popping up on the side of the little advertisement. And I was just like, this has been popping up all the time. I'm looking for jobs, and I read about it, and I decided to apply and did a little cover letter. And I think 4 months from there, they called me. It was Karen Fleshman, I believe that's her name, and they were telling me about the program and when an information session was available, and I was just like really shocked because I didn't know what I was going to do after my job, just collect unemployment and go back to Google. And it was just really exciting to know that applying for something I wasn't thinking I would get in because it was too good to be true. So once I heard about that, I was just really excited because I already liked technology and Androids and PCs, and I just was really, really happy that Europe came my way. Just like, especially how it happened is like my job's almost up, I have a few months unemployment, and then I come right into Europe.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
So you mentioned a little bit about your interest in Androids and Macs and whatnot. So I'm wondering, are there any other reasons why you're interested in working in tech?
Yeah, there's actually, I thought of this awesome app I wanted to somehow create. I wanted an app where when you don't know what to watch on TV or Netflix or in general, it kind of takes your history of what you watch on Netflix and Hulu and on TV, like what you record on your DVR. So the app basically will, there'll be a button on the remote and you press, find me a show or TV, and it kind of calculates of what you watch and it gives you recommendations.
Cool.
So that was just something I came up with myself in my head. I was like, that'd be cool if I can just create this app from, hearing stories at Europe, how just learning code, you can do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome. So thinking about the time you've spent here the last about 4 months now in L&D, what is one growth area or one of your biggest challenges, and what have you done to overcome that challenge?
One of my biggest growth areas would probably to be more confident when I'm speaking, answering a question, or being up in front of a class, because I tend to question myself when I'm giving an answer, not having conviction. So what I've done to overcome it is practicing more and having feedback from my other colleagues, just them observing me, and I've known it's been my own little flaw, but them observing me and telling me, you need to be more confident, and your answers are always right. All you have to do is just be more confident in when you say it and believe in yourself.
Thank you.
Nice. So you've had a chance to look over the IRA packet, and on the back there are some different descriptions of internships that will be available to you as students. So can you explain what makes you a strong candidate for the technical internship that really spoke to you?
Okay, so from everything I've been learning in Europe, I believe it's made me ready, like learning all the technical skills and especially professional skills, because it's something I probably wanted to touch on. And I just feel like I'm ready to go into the internship, because from what I've learned here so far, it's built me to believe in myself even more than when I've gotten in here, from like compared to my last interviews and everything I've been through. I just believe that learning new things from the internship will open my mind more to what I can do, and it will also teach me new ways of how to work and how to adapt to a different work life and compared to a school environment like this program. So I believe just learning from like being in this environment and going to another environment, I can equal those both out and strive with that.
Was there a specific internship that interested you?
From the job descriptions that you were given.
Job. I'm pretty much open up to anything. Probably something with networking.
And what skills have you learned here that you're excited to apply to an internship at networking?
The hands-on with like connecting a modem, a router, because I'm a handy person. My dad's taught me like ever since I was little how to build stuff, so I'm like more hands-on with like connecting and fixing things like physical objects.
Okay, awesome. So for this next question, we're going to switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
It's going to be a scenario-based question where I'll kind of frame a scenario for you, and you can just walk me through how you would go about that scenario. So, let's see here. Okay, so let's say I asked you to schedule and run a weekly 15-minute stand-up or check-in meeting with the team so we can update each other on the projects we've been working on. How would you go about doing that?
Okay, so I'd go into Outlook, and you can either do this through Calendar View, and there's a meeting. There's a meeting in the ribbon part. There's a ribbon tab button you press, and it'll pop up the screen, and you can put in the title, and put in the title of the meeting. It gives you like the time basis for how long it's going to be, and for 15 minutes. And then I believe there's also another button towards the top right on the side, and there's a reoccurrence button of when did you want the meeting, every week? Or?
Yeah, so we want to just schedule a 15-minute check-in with the team every week.
Yeah, every week. So basically, once you press reoccurrence on the window, it pops up when you want the reoccurrence. So once every week, and then after that you go to the next bar, click it, and then there's the time duration, 15 minutes, and then you set it from there.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to give you another scenario-based question. So I'm wondering, let's imagine that you have a remote-based manager who is always busy and is often difficult to reach. You have significant downtime on internship, and you're not really sure how you're going to fill that time. So can you walk us through an immediate and a longer-term plan on how you're going to address this concern? And please be specific as possible.
And he doesn't have time. He's very busy. You said the manager?
Mm-hmm.
He's very busy. Okay, so him being so busy, I'm pretty sure he reads his emails every 3 hours, or him being a manager, he reads it often. So I would email him specifically saying that I finished my task, and if you could give me give me some tasks that are maybe a little more challenging that can, you know, take up some more of my downtime instead of easy tasks.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe new tasks that I could learn from too.
Mm-hmm.
And I would email him and just let him know I finished my task, and I would like to have some more, anything else I can help with to make the whole team, you know, maybe all have downtime and help somewhere else with another team.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also, if I see him, I'll probably tap right in his office real quick and ask him in person if there's anything, or maybe ask a colleague if they need help when they're sitting next to me.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Here's another question. Let's see if we're running out of time, actually. Okay, we have time. So, think about a time you were faced with a difficult situation that needed your attention immediately. How did you handle the situation, and what was the outcome?
And it could be any time.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I have a lot. It had to be with Google. I was in a store all by myself, and this is a time when they're rolling out new things with the app, and, you know, trying new numbers, how much one person could handle volume. And it was a time where I was dealing with this probably for like 3 months all by myself. I would close, and they would always just give me so much volume of orders that it was hard for me to handle. It was like basically a stress test is what they called it. And I would have to tackle all these orders by myself in the store, and that's picking the items. So then after picking the items, I have to pay for the items and then pack it and then put it all in order to give to the driver that has to send them out under a pack cutoff time. So there's, say, like 4:30 is the pack cutoff time. So I have to do all of this. There's probably like 400 items to pick. So what I would do was I would have lists open, and I would pick a list. I'd probably pick 2-3 lists at the same time instead of going back and forth. I'd pick 3 lists and then go in the back, pay, and pack it all instead of going back and forth all around in the same rhythm, you know, pick, pay, pack. You know, I would just pick, and then go in the back, knock out all the items, and so I could meet the cutoff. And if there was a time where I would overstress and feel like I wouldn't meet the pack cutoff time, I would reach out to them and say, you know, if you guys can lower the volume, or can I have someone from another store sent over to help me for this pack cutoff? It would be really great. Like that was a time where that was actually one of the most difficult times in that job, was being given a stress test all the time, and then by the time I told them that was a problem, like, you know, you guys need to at least have 2 people closing, you know, and one person can't do all of this all together. So by the time those 3 months were up at that store and I got moved to a different store, they fixed that problem. And I'm like, I just, you know, but it's good that they listen, because I didn't want no one else to, you know, go through what I was going through, stressing out every day and every night, and knowing I had to do the same thing the next day. That's probably the toughest. That actually made me hate that job at that time, but I did it.
Awesome. Thank you. So for this last question, it's going to be a tech-based question. Oh, sorry. I'm going to stop by right here.